everybody now. Oseh Shalom, Oseh Shalom Aleinu. Ve'akol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen. Oseh Shalom Imromav Oseh Shalom Aleinu. Ve'akol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen. Ve'imeru. Amen. All right. This next song is called Sweet as Honey. It's a beautiful song, perfect for ushering in the new year. And we're going to sing Sweet as Honey, Sweet as Honey, Sweet as honey on our tongue. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. So we're saying, O God, ruler of the universe, who has made us holy in your mitzvot and commanded us to immerse in the words of Torah. The chorus sounds like this. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Try that with me. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Baruch, Baruch, atah Adonai, Eloheinu, melech ha'olam, asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah, la'asok b'divrei Torah. And now we're just going to sing Sweet as Honey. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, melech ha'olam, asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah, la'asok b'divrei Torah. Sweet as honey, here we go. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. One more time, everybody now. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. How many Temple Akiba religious school students or Temple Akiba past religious school students do we have here today? Raise your hand. No? That was great. Where are religious school students? Bob, you count. All right. Hey, choir. Well, we have some religious school students here, and you're going to get to hear them sing throughout the service, and I'm so excited that Cantors Chanters, that our choir is here. And there's a song that we would sing when I was the religious school music teacher called B'Tselem Elohim. And if you know what B'Tselem Elohim, it's talking about being made in the image of God. And it's an upbeat song, and it says, when I reach out to you and you to me, we become B'Tselem Elohim. And if you don't know the words, all you have to know is the word yeah, because in the beginning we're just singing yeah, yeah, yeah. Goes like this. Yeah, 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 yeah. Just like that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like this. We all got a life to live. We all got a gift to give. Just open up your heart. Let it out. We all got a piece to bring. We all got a song to sing. Just open up your heart and let it out. Yeah, when I reach out to you, when I reach out to you and you to me, we become B'Tselem Elohim. We become B'Tselem Elohim. When we share our hopes and our dreams, each one of us B'Tselem Elohim. We all got a tale to tell. We all want to speak it well. Just open up your heart, let it out. We all got a mountain to climb. We all got a truth to find. Just open up your heart and let it out. Yeah, when I reach out to you and you to me, when I reach out to you and you to me, we become B'Tselem Elohim. We become B'Tselem Elohim. When we share our hopes and dreams, when we share our hopes and our dreams, each one of us B'Tselem Elohim. Each one of us B'Tselem Elohim. Bereshit bara Elohim. Elohim. Bereshit bara. Bereshit bara Elohim. Bereshit bara Elohim, all our hopes and all our dreams. Bereshit bara Elohim, each one of us B'Tselem Elohim. Yeah, when I reach out to you and you to me, we become B'Tselem Elohim. When we share our hopes and our dreams, each one of us B'Tselem Elohim. Each one of us B'Tselem Elohim. And our last song that we're going to sing together this morning, it's a beautiful song, actually. It's called Hine Tov Ma'od. And in English, we sing, there was evening, there was morning, Tov Ma'od, all was good. And I've been singing this song with Rabbi and Cantor for more years than I can count. And it never fails to be one of the most beautiful songs that we sing together. And we'll sing it a couple of times, but the words in Hebrew are, Vayar Elohim. Thank you. Thank you. I'll say them and you say them back to me. Vayar Elohim. Et kol asher asa. Vehine tov ma'od. There was evening. There was morning. And then we'll say Vahi erev. Vahi voker. Tov ma'od. start off with Vayar Elohim et kol asher asa. Vayar Elohim et kol asher asa, v'hinei tov me'od. Same words again. Vayar Elohim et kol asher asa, v'hinei tov me'od. There was evening, there was morning. There was evening, there was morning, there was evening, there was morning. Vahi erev, vahi voker, vahi erev, vahi vo, tov ma'od, tov me'od. Vahi erev, vahi erev, vahi voker, tov me'od. Vayar Elohim et kol asher asa, v'hinei tov me'od. Vayar Elohim et kol asher asa, v'hinei tov me'od. There was evening, there was morning. There was evening, there was morning, there was evening, there was morning. Vahi erev, vahi voker, tov me'od. Vahi erev, vahi voker, tov me'od. Shana tova.
Stay there as much as
Shana Tova, everyone. Boker Tov. Boker Tov.
Boker Tov.
So the response to Boker Tov, which means good morning, is...
Boker Or. Boker Or.
So let's try it one more time. Boker Tov.
Boker Or.
Boker Or means morning light. And Craig, what incredible light you gave to us this morning with beautiful music to usher us in for this Rosh Hashanah morning. It's so beautiful to be here. This is, again, part of a journey that we will experience as a family over these next 10 days. My name is Rabbi Zach Shapiro, here with Cantor Lonnie Freilich, Daniel Friedman, who is our rabbinic intern from the Hebrew Union College. Mary Lou Basaraba is our choir director. And the truth is, all of us, every soul in this room, is part of our extended choir. We want to hear your voices. We want to hear your prayers. This is what it's about. The journey continues through our goodness and through our shalom. We're going to ask of you one favor before we begin the service, and that is that you turn to the person next to you and make sure that his or her cell phone is turned off. Okay? And while you're doing that, introduce yourselves to each other. Our cantors, chanters who have worked so incredibly hard with Cantor Lonnie will continue with the singing of Oseh Shalom. It's in our prayer books on page 220, page 220. We turn now to page 111. At the very bottom of the page, let's read together. Here in this place of prayer and song, hear the call that stirs the soul. All may enter, let none stand apart. Sisters and brothers, how beautiful and how good. There's a concept in Judaism that each day we're born with a pure soul. It's not that we're good, it's not that we're evil. We're born and we wake up pure. And this next prayer, page 122, it animates that thought. It says, "O God, the soul that you have given me is a pure one."
Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi Tehorahi. Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi Tehorahi. Ata berata, ata yetzarta, ata nefachta bi, ve'ata neshamra b'kirbi. Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi Tehorahi.
Every day is an opportunity to recognize the miracles that occur in our lives, and we should never take them for granted. And so our prayer book helps us to recognize those miracles. If we turn to page 128, our cantors chanters will lead us in the Hebrew, and our response to every blessing is with an amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tselem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani bat chorin.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael b'gvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara. Amen.
If we turn now to page 135, we're going to sing together just a part of the 150th Psalm. The words are really difficult. Cantor, can you teach them?
Hallelu,
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 hallelujah.
hallelujah. It's a really simple psalm, and it teaches us that with every instrument we should praise God's name. 1, 2, 3.
Hallelu, hallelu, hallelu.
Hallelu, Hallelu, Hallelu. Hallelu, Hallelu, Hallelu. Hallelu, Hallelu, Hallelu. Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Hallelu, Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Hallelu, Hallelujah. Hallelu, Hallelu, Hallelu. Hallelu, Hallelu, Hallelu. Hallelu, Hallelu, Hallelu. Hallelu, Hallelu, Hallelu. Hallelu Shema, Tehallelujah. Hallelu, Hallelujah. Hallelu Shema, Tehallelujah. Hallelu, Hallelujah. Hallelu, Hallelu, Hallelu. Hallelu, Hallelu, Hallelu. Hallelu, Hallelu, Hallelu. Hallelu, Hallelu, Hallelu. Let's hear it, everyone. Hallelujah. 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 Friends, before we continue with the service, it's our honor to call forward Carol Diamond, who is our Vice President of Religious Practice, who has a few housekeeping announcements to make.
Shana Tova, everyone.
Shana Tova.
Just a quick couple of housekeeping. Just a reminder that if you did borrow a prayer book today, please return it at the end of services. You can hand it to an usher or just leave it on the tables in the back. Also, we are trying to be a little green this year, so if you have a High Holy Day program, if you could save it for next week for Yom Kippur. In regard to parking, I know you're already here. However, I just wanted to remind everyone that if they will not issue tickets if you're parked in a meter, if it expires. So you don't have to run out to refill any pricing, any money into the meter. But also that you cannot park in any restricted or reserved spaces. And the entire senior center across the street is reserved parking. Lastly, I just wanted to point out our emergency exits in the very unlikely event of an emergency. We have 2 exits behind the stage to my left and back, and also 1 exit to my left there, as well as the doors, of course, which you came in at the back of the auditorium. If you have any questions, any problems, please come see me or ask one of the ushers. I want to wish everyone, again, a very happy new year. Shana Tova. Thank you.
Shana Tova.
We turn now to page 141, continuing with the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yikadal, Yikadash, Shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Be'amadi rachirute, Yamlich malchute, Bechayechon u'yomechon, U'bechayedecho Beit Yisrael. Hagala, Hagala, Uvizman Karim, Ve'imeru. Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach, Le'alam U'alamei Amaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, Yishtabach, V'pa'ar v'troman v'naseh, v'tatar v'talel, v'talal, Shmei Tekudasha,
Rihu.
Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata,
Tushbechata v'nechemata, Tamiran be'ama.
Amen.
Our formal call to worship is the Baruch Hu. It begins on page 142. We ask all who are able to please rise.
Please join me on page 144. Let's pray together the Yotzer or in the middle of page 144. In love, you bring light to the earth and its creatures. Your goodness renews the creation each day. Infinite, varied, and rich are your works, divine artist. All of them wrought with wisdom. The whole earth is teeming with life. Awestruck by the universe, work of your hands, let all life bless you, praise you, and celebrate the beauty of your lights. Or Chadash al Tzion Ta'ir, Venizkeh Hulanu Mehera Le'oro. May you shine a new light on Zion, and may we soon be privileged to share in the light. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot. We're going to continue now with Shema on page 150.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
We continue on page 152 with Ve'ahavtai. Please be seated.
Ve'ahavta
et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher Elohim etzavecha hayom
Please join me now on page 161, the bottom of the page. The Israelites walked into the Reed Sea, 1 foot at a time. What were they thinking about as the water rose up their legs, chilling their hearts, advancing toward their open mouths? We continue to walk here, now, 1 foot at a time. On our better days, forward. Alone, I cannot reach the far shore without drowning. Somehow, I don't go under. The person to my right holds me up. Something I cannot see holds him up. Blessed is the source of help, so often unexpected. I step forward. The sea is vast. We continue now with Micha Mocha on page 164.
The Amidah, which is literally known as the standing prayer, begins on page 166. And once again, we invite all who are able to please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'Elohei imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el, Ha'gadol, Ha'gibor, Ve'ha'nora, Elyon, Komel Chasadim, Tovim, Ve'koneh, מביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. זוכרנו לחיים, מלך חפץ בחיים, וחוטפינו לספר החיים. למענך אלוהים חיים. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה. מי כמוך אב הרחמים, זוכה ייסוריו לחיים ברחמים. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
Amen. Please be seated, everyone.
Unatana Tokef. What does it mean? It means the power of this day, a day where we ask God and we come before God to request judgment, to be inscribed, to be sealed in the book of life. While this prayer clearly denotes a power that God has, a deeper understanding reveals a power that lies within us. Rabbi Aaron Pankin of blessed memory said the following: our actions help us live in such a way that when we suffer life's darkest depredations, we will always have a way of coping with them. Our actions may not change the ultimate outcome one iota, but they alter our attitude, bolster our ability to withstand challenges, help us to handle the unavoidable misfortunes better, and to see life's value amid chaos and uncertainty. At the end of the prayer, we're given 3 values. These values help us to withstand the uncertainties that remain outside of our control. Teshuvah, or returning to our best selves. Tefillah, or prayer. And tzedakah, or justice. In essence, this prayer asks us to dedicate ourselves to these 3 important values. The power that we have comes from living day by day, acting in ways that bring us closer to our values, even when unforeseen obstacles come our way. We cannot control the way we die, but we can have influence over the way we live. As we move into this prayer, I urge you to reflect either on these three values or on values that you have within yourself and that help tie you to our Jewish tradition. What values will empower you as we enter into the new year? We continue now on page 174 with Unatana Tokef.
Our next song is called Who by Fire, and I'm inviting Craig Newman to join me in the singing of this. Leonard Cohen has created a midrash, or an interpretation, of the Unatana Tokef, one of our ancient texts. And the prayer talks about how on Rosh Hashanah it is written, and on Yom Kippur it is sealed, who shall live and who shall die, who shall be born, and it continues to list possible outcomes for us all. Leonard Cohen creates a modern version with the realities that we struggle with today.
Please pray with me at the middle of page 196. Our God and God of the generations before us, may a memory of us ascend and come before you. May it be heard and seen by you, winning your favor and reaching your awareness, together with the memory of our ancestors, the memory of your sacred city, Jerusalem, and the memory of your people, the family of Israel. May we be remembered for safety, well-being, and favor, for love and compassion, for life and for peace, on this day of remembrance. Let's read just responsively now at the bottom of the page. Eternal, our God, remember us.
Amen.
Be mindful of us and
Amen.
redeem us
Amen.
for a life of goodness and blessing.
Amen.
We're now going to take a moment of silent reflection.
But before we do that, sorry, Daniel, we're going to actually ask for any Temple Akiba religious school student to quietly make their way to the chairs over here, because we need your help in the prayer after the silent prayer, the Lo Yisa. So we'd like all the religious school children and youth to come and sit over here in preparation for that. And before silent prayer, the Cantor's Trio is going to be sharing with us a very special prayer.
Vera Burns and Layla Starr are joining us for a beautiful setting of Elohai Nitzor, which can be found on page 218.
Elohai Nitzor Leshonim Hera Usvetai Medaber Mirma Velim Kalalai Nafshi Tidom Venafshi Ke'afar Lakol Tihiyeh Elohai 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 Nitzor Leshonim Hera Usvetai Medaber Mirma Velim Kalalai Nafshi Tidom Venafshi Ke'afar Lakol Tihiyeh Elohai 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 Nitzor Leshonim Hera Usvetai Medaber Mirma Velim Kalalai Nafshi Tidom Venafshi Ke'afar Lakol Tihiyeh Elohai Elohai V'tach libi V'tach libi V'tach libi Shonim Era Usvetai Medaber Mirma Velim Kalalai Nafshi Tidom Venafshi Ke'afar Lakol Tihiyeh Elohai 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 Nitzor Leshonim Era Usvetai Medaber Mirma Velim Kalalai Nafshi Tidom Venafshi Ke'afar Lakol Tihiyeh Elohai Elohai
now we're going to take a moment of silent prayer.
Facing out. I'd now like to invite forward the following people who are going to share a little bit. Shayna Graff, Mark and Lacey Bauer, Randy Murphy, and Sue Erfrig. And while they're on their way up, I want to share just a little something as an introduction for what they're about to do. There's a familiar story. It came to pass that there was a hurricane that blew across the Caribbean, and it didn't take long for the expensive yacht to be swamped by high waves, sinking without a trace. Now, there were two survivors. There was the boat's owner, Mr. Cohen, and his first mate, Benny. Both managed to swim to the closest island. After reaching the deserted strip of land, Benny was crying and very upset that they would never be found. Now, Mr. Cohen was quite calm, relaxing up against a tree. "Dr. Cohen, how could you be so calm?" cried Benny. "We're going to die on this lowly island. We'll never be discovered here." "Sit down and calm down," Dr. Cohen said. He said, 5 years ago, I gave the Jewish Federation $20,000 and another $50,000 to our synagogue's High Holy Day appeal. I donated the same amount 4 years ago and 3 years ago, and then a couple of years ago, the stock market did really well, and I was able to give $100,000 to each. "The High Holy Days has come again," said Dr. Cohen. "Don't worry, they will find me." Friends, it is this time of our service. We are not in a sinking ship, and we're not on a deserted island, but we have invited a number of individuals who are going to share with you why here and why now at Temple Akiba this is an extraordinary place to be. So we want you to hear their stories. So Shana, why don't you come up first?
In a world where
Hold on 1 second. Microphone. There we go.
In a world where everyone is encouraged to lead a certain life, to wear certain brands, to eat at certain places, or to speak or think a certain way, Judaism has helped me to remain unique or to stay true to myself. Throughout religious school, my bar mitzvah, Akiba camp, Nifty, and now the beginning of confirmation, I have learned to love and embrace my Jewish identity. Recently, my brother and I have stopped hating each other and actually become friends. And it's been amazing to watch him go from a little kid who refused to leave the house to a slightly taller kid who refused to come home because he's hanging out with his Jew gang. Temple has helped me to strengthen relationships that have fractured or broken, and after a long week of school, there's nothing I look forward to more than going to TA for 3rd grade. I went from complaining about Sunday school to leading services with some of my closest friends, and Temple Akiba has become a home to my whole family. My name is Shana Graff, and I am the face of Temple Akiba.
Thank you. We now invite forward Mark and Lacey Bauer.
My name is Lacey Bauer, and this is my husband, Mark. Mark has been a member of Temple Akiba since he started in the ECC at the age of 2.5. He grew up here, going through Sunday school, becoming a bar mitzvah, and being a part of a confirmation class. Many, many years later, Mark and I were married in the sanctuary of Temple Akiba by Rabbi Zach. And on that day, I knew that I found a temple and a rabbi to call my own. Because we were married in Temple Akiba, we included an artist's rendering of the new Temple Akiba building as part of our ketubah. A few years later, we were lucky enough to find a home for a growing family across the street from Temple Akiba, and our Akiba-shaped ketubah over our fireplace is next to a window that looks onto Temple Akiba. It's our Besheret house. We are now the proud parents of Mara Lily, who received her Hebrew name, Shana Panina, in the same sanctuary where we were married. Mara loves Tiny Tot Shabbat every month, and we are looking forward to taking her to Parent and Me classes and then the ECC the minute she turns 2. And as you can probably tell, we are due rather soon with a baby boy, and we know he will join his sister as an Akiba kid. We are so excited that our baby boy will be in the same preschool class with so many other new babies and expected babies of Temple Akiba families, especially Rabbi and Ron's new twins, Eli and Maya. We are so grateful for the memories that we have already made at Temple Akiba, and we are excited about making so many more. We are Lacey Bauer and Mark Bauer, and we are the face of Temple Akiba.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mark. We now call forward Randy Murphy.
Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Friday evening. I turn my computer off at work and I smile. It's time to prepare for Shabbat service. I drive west from downtown on the 10 freeway. Pandora is turned to the Maccabees. The traffic is heavy and suddenly stops. I pause to listen to the green parrots flocking overhead between Arlington Avenue and Crenshaw, and I find solace. I arrive home, pour a glass of red wine, and prepare Winston and Toshi for their Shabbat walk. This is a ritual. It's a relaxing walk without a sense of urgency, where they can sniff as much as they wish. I then drive a short distance to Temple. Entering the sanctuary, I breathe deeply, and immediately I feel a sense of calm. And I see my dear friend Carol, usually at the front, and as always, I say, "Is this seat taken?" And her response, "Yes, for you." Another ritual. We laugh, hug, and prepare for the service. My eyes are drawn to the beautiful glass sculptures, Ner Tamid, representing eternal light. The traditional sculpture hanging over the ark represents a flame. The more unusual sculpture hangs above in the window. Each piece is a hexagon shape which reflects the shape of the sanctuary. When one looks closely, the negative space creates the Star of David. The glass reflects the natural light of the outside and the colors of the sanctuary, which change as the day progresses. A reminder that our light truly shines better together. The service begins, and I feel a sense of pride, peace, and purpose. Inspirational music fills the sanctuary with joy, hope, and wonder. It is truly transformational. My name is Randy Murphy, and I am the face of Temple Akiba.
And we finally invite forward Sue Erfrig.
Good morning. Good morning. In December of 1972, I noticed my 4-year-old toddler holding a baby doll in his lap. When I asked him what he was doing, he replied, "I'm rocking baby Jesus." He had been attending a church preschool close to our home. Well, that's when we decided it was time to look into joining a temple. So, in the fall of '73, upon the recommendation of a neighbor, my husband Jerry and I joined Temple Akiba, and our 5- and 7-year-olds started religious school. We were a typical young family. We attended the once-a-month family service, the Purim Carnival, and other family events. The Havurah movement was in its infancy, and when Temple Akiba brought the concept in, we joined a group with families who had children with similar ages to ours, and we began to make lifelong friendships with other temple members. In the early '80s, during High Holy Days services, Rabbi Maller announced that he would be giving a class for adults to study to become a bar or bat mitzvah. I jumped at the chance of taking the class since I had been raised with no religious education and had always regretted it. We studied for a school year, and then I was part of a group of 13 who became the first adult B'nai Mitzvah at Temple Akiba. The years went on, the kids had their bar and bat mitzvahs, both of them went to confirmation. I served on the temple board, the kids attended several summers at Camp Akiba, and temple had become a very important part of our whole family. I had taken a class on Jewish holidays and traditions, which literally changed my life. A few years later, 1978, I was asked to teach the course at Temple Akiba. During my 17 years of teaching the class, hundreds of adults, both Jewish and non-Jewish, reaped the benefits of its marvelous curriculum, and I know that lives were changed. A Havurah was formed from that class, which I am still a part of. Life went on. My children are now parents with their own lives and belong to other synagogues. But Temple Akiba is where I belong. I couldn't think of being anywhere else. I recently served on the temple board again for several years and have been able to give time as well as resources back to the temple. Akiba is a part of my life. It's where I belong. It's where I feel at home. And I'm proud to say that 47 years after I saw my little boy with the doll in his lap, my name is Sue Erfrig, and I'm the face of Temple Akiba.
Friends, we just heard 4 extraordinary, life-changing stories. Each of us has a story, and we want you to spend the next few moments thinking deeply, thinking very, very deeply about what Temple Akiba means to you and how you personally can help make our congregation grow. Your donations today will help send children to religious school. It will help send our youngest tots to preschool. It will help deepen our music program. It will help elevate our worship experience. If you have a number in your mind and you're thinking about that number and another number, do what Mike Bauer taught me. He said, just add the 2 numbers together. And then write that down on the envelopes that you received when you came in. There will be ushers in the congregation in the next few moments receiving those envelopes. We ask that you think very deeply and make your commitment today. we so appreciate your deep generosity. And as we say spiritually, the gates of heaven never close, the gates of giving never close either. So we certainly welcome your ongoing donations throughout the holy days and throughout the year. Friends, we are continuing in our prayer books now on page 222, and we ask all who are able to please, no, Kendra, are they Avinu Malkeinu? Yeah. Okay, all right. We ask all who are able to please rise. Loving Father, infinite power, gentle, forgiving, lofty, inscrutable, Avinu Malkeinu. Compassionate Mother, omnipotent Lord, comforting presence, fathomless mystery, Avinu Malkeinu. Our rock and redeemer, life of the universe, close to us always, impossibly far, Avinu Malkeinu. Embracing, confounding, accepting our frailty, decreasing our end, Avinu Malkeinu. None of these are true, none of them are you. Yet we stand as those before us have stood, summoned to judgment, longing for love. Avinu Malkeinu. May these words be a bridge. They come from our hearts. May they lead us to you. On page 225, we sing together. As we prepare for Seder Kriyat Torah, the service for the reading of Torah, we open to page 227, and as Jews all over the world prepare for this sacred time, we're going to be taking out the ancient texts, but breathing new life into these old words. In a few moments, we're going to be coming into the congregation with the Sifrei Torah, with the Torah scrolls. And we're going to ask that as you see us approach you, we want you to approach us as well. We want everyone who would like to be near to Torah to have that opportunity and to not feel overlooked. And if Ira Diamond is in the house, if you can join us on the bima.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai ve'en kemasecha Malchutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha b'chol dor v'dor Adonai melech Adonai Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai yos le'amo yitain. Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Av harachamim heitiv avitzoncha et Zion. Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim. Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim. Ki v'cha levad vatachnu. Melech el-ram v'nisa Adon olamim. Adonai, Adonai, el rachum v'chanun, erech apayim v'rav chesed v'emet, notzer chesed la'olafim, nosei havon v'ofesha, v'chata Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh v'norah Shemo. Kadlu le'Adonai iti, v'neromema Shemo yachdav.
Give the Torah together.
1, 2. Can I get the guitar as well? What's that? It's not. It's on. I'm red here.
All right, let's go. Just go.
Good now? All right. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam omed, al Torah ve'al avodah ve'al gemilot chasadim, al Torah ve'al avodah ve'al gemilot chasadim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha שלושה דברים העולם עומד על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים על שלושה דברים העולם עומד על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים אלך המדליבים וחוסנה ועלה תתעלה אלך חמדה ליבי חוסנה ועלה תתעלה אלך חמדה ליבי חוסנה ועלה תתעלה After me אלך חמדה ליבי חוסנה ועלה תתעלה אלך חמדה ליבי חוסנה ועלה תתעלה אלך חמדה ליבי חוסנה ועלה תתעלה All right, אלך חמדה ליבי אלך חמדה ליבי חוסנה ועלה תתעלה אלך חמדה ליבי חוסנה ועלה תתעלה אלך חמדה ליבי חוסנה ועלה תתעלה Repeat after me now אלך חמדה ליבי חוסנה ועלה תתעלה אלך חמדה ליבי חוסנה ועלה תתעלה אלך חמדה ליבי חוסנה ועלה תתעלה ושפתם מים בששון ממענה הישועה ושפתם מים בששון ממענה הישועה מים 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 בששון מים 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 בששון מים 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 בששון מים 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 שפתם מים בששון ממענה הישועה ושפתם מים בששון ממענה הישועה מים 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 בששון 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 All right, here we go. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, 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 Am Yisrael Chai. Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu. Avinu Shalom Alechem, Avinu Shalom Alechem, Avinu Shalom Alechem, Avinu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Alechem, Avinu Shalom Alechem, Avinu Shalom Alechem, Avinu Shalom Alechem, Avinu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Alechem. Everybody now, hey, 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 Avinu Shalom Alechem, Avinu Shalom Alechem, Avinu Shalom Alechem, Avinu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Alechem. Hey, I am the face of Temple Akiba.
Hey, Craig. Thank you, man. Please be seated, everyone. We're going to invite all those who are participating in the Torah service, whether you have a reading or an Aliyah or the Haftorah, to please come and sit to the seats to my left. The text of our portion can be found in our Machzor on page 240, page 240. The portion is a simple story about a father-son camping trip that went awry. We'll get a little more into that later on. The blessings before and after can be found in our, thank you, Cantor, can be found in the prayer book on page 230, but again, the reading that we are engaging in today is on page 240. So for our first Torah chanter, we invite back Randy Murphy, and for the Aliyah, Rob, Sharon, Jake Eigner, and if Micah's here, we want Micah to join your family. Even though you're not quite bar mitzvah yet, we want you to come up. Ya'amdu Sharon bat Tzvi v'Yakira v'Moshe ben Gabor v'Chaya v'Moshe ben Moshe v'Sharon v'Micah Tzvi ben Moshe v'Sharon. And everyone should come around this. You're fine, you don't have to go back. Okay. It's good to see you. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Vayhi achar hadavarim ha'ele
Leha Elohim nisa et Abraham vayomer elav Abraham vayomer hineni vayomer kafna et vincha et yichricha asher ahavta et yicha alech lecha el eretz Moria v'ha'elu sham le'olam al ahacher harim asher omar elecha vayeshkem Avraham baboker vayakabosh et kamoro vayikha et shnei ne'ara idvo v'nei Yitzchak v'no vayevaka aseh olah vayakam vayelech el hamakom asher amar lo el Elohim vayom ashlishi vayikha Abraham et einav vayar el hamakom miracle.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayim olam nata betochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Family hug, family hug. Thank you. You're going to stand on the other side. Randy, beautiful job. So you're going to come down here. Our second Torah chanter is Chloe Smith, and for the Aliyah, we invite forward Trey and Gabriel Doheny to Amud Goldi.
Et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch, oh sorry.
You're fine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Abraham el Na'arav Shevu lehem po im ha'hamor Vani v'hana'ar nel ha'ad ko V'nishtahave v'nashuva alehem Vayika Avraham et atzei haolam Vayasem al Yitzhak beno Vayikach be'ado et ha'esh ve'et ha'ma'ahelet ve'alchu shneihem yachdav Vayomer Yitzhak el Avraham aviv Vayomer aviv Vayomer hineni v'ni Vayomer hine ha'esh v'ha'etzim Ve'ayeh Hashem, Ve'ayeh Hashem le'olam. Vayomer Avraham Elohi Yir Elo Hashem le'olam b'ni Vayechu Shnehem Yahdav.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'toheinu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
You're going to stand on that side over there. Chloe? Chloe, that was awesome. Yeah, good job. Our third Torah chanter is Micah Rabin. And for the Aliyah, we invite forward Ed and Marla Wolkowitz, and Michael Wolkowitz and Ashwini Mate. Ya'amdu Moshe Eli ben Yehuda v'Masha Chaya bat Ephraim Hersh v'Michael ben Moshe v'Masha.
Whenever you are. You first. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Vayavo el hamakom asher amar lo ha'Elohim vayiven sham Avraham et hamizbeach ve'yaharach et haitzim vayakod et Yitzhak beno Vayashem oto al hamizbeach mimalaitim. Vayislach Avraham et yado vayika et amahachelet lishcho et beno vayikra elav malach Adonai min hashamayim vayomer Avraham vayomer hineni.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'toheinu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marla. Thank you. Ed, thank you. Micah, yeah, you go down. Because we like twins so much around here, we now invite forward twin sister to Micah, Lexi Rabin, to chant Torah. And for our Aliyah, we invite forward Danielle Grun-Shepard and Jen Shepard, Ta'mod Miriam Chana Vinoah. Hey, and Ramey's here. Does Ramey have a Hebrew name? No, not yet. Okay. We're fine.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Vayomer Al tishla yadha el hanar ve'al tasla me'uma ki ata yadati kirei Elohim ata ve'lo Hasata et binha et gidha mimeni Vayikra Abraham Adanav Vayar ve'ine ayil ahar ne'ehaz datva dekarnav Vayele Abraham ve'kan et hanayil Vaya'aleu le'ola tahat beno Vayikra Abraham Shem hamakom hahu Adonai yireh Asher Ayadmer Etanyom Behar Adonai Yera'en.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher natan lanu Torah emet V'hayei olam notah b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. You guys are going to stand on the other side. For our fifth Torah chanter, we invite forward Sophia Dario, and to offer the Aliyah, we invite forward Danelle Fisher and Marshall Naaman. Ya'amdu Danel Bat Shlomo Vetonya V'Meir Ben Gedalia V'Tzivia.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim V'natan lanu et Torato Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Vayikra Malach Adonai el Avraham Shenit min hashamayim Vayomer binishbati ne'um Adonai ki ya'an asher asita et hadavar chazeh V'lo chasachta et bincha et yechidecha Ki varech avarechecha V'charpa arbe et zaracha kechochavei hashamayim V'chacho asher al sefat chayam Vayirash zaracha et
Yisbarechu v'zaracha kol goyei haaretz Ekev asher shanachta bekoli vayashav Avraham el ne'arav vayakumu vayachu yachtav el Shava Vayeshev Avraham Viver Shava.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata betoheinu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
We so appreciate all those who prepared for our Torah chanting as well as the Aliyahs. We are going to raise the Torah so you can see that they chanted from this text and not from an iPad or something. So as the Torah is lifted, we ask all who are able to rise as well. Zot HaTorah asher char Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael
Al pi Adonai beyad Moshe. Yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai. Yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai.
Please be seated, everyone. With our Torah still out before we fully put it away, we have an opportunity to offer a prayer for healing. It's on page 244. And as our chanters sing this prayer with us and for us, we all have an opportunity to think about those who could use words of healing, those who could use an embrace of shalom, and we'll have an opportunity to share their names.
Sa
Friends, we now offer an interpretation for the Haftarah, and that's going to be found on page 249, and Helene Jaffa will be reading for us. For the blessings before and after, we invite forward Ron Galbraith.
Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nviim tovim v'ratza v'divreihem הנאמרים באמת. Baruch atah Adonai הבוחר בתורה ובמשה עבדו ובישראל עמו ובנביאי האמת והצדק.
My son, before I formed you in my belly, I knew you, and before you would go forth from my womb, I called to the wind. In the prison of your flesh, I conceived words, tones, words, voiceless echoes, pictures before they were hues. My womb became fruit. In vain now, this memory is mumbled, perhaps, by the silent terror in the eyes of your high forehead. My son, from my body I have given you flesh and blood, arteries and skin. From my root you went forth to bear fruit, soaring shoots of words. The voice that moves around the temple will call out, Shmuel, Shmuel, and on the threshold of my humble lips, the words will die.
I just asked my husband whether I should do the whole shebang or
the short version.
He said the short version. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, צור כל העמים, צדיק בכל הדורות. האל הנאמן האומר ועושה, המדבר ומקיים, שכל דבריו אמת וצדק. נאמן אתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו, ונאמנים דבריך, ודבר אחד מדבריך, אך לא ישוב ריקם, כי אל מלך נאמן ורחמן אתה. ברוך אתה אדוני, משמח ציון בבניה. על התורה ועל עבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום הזיכרון הזה, שנתת לנו, אדוני אלוהינו, לכבוד ולתפארת. על הכל, אדוני אלוהינו, אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך. יברך שמך בפי כל חי, תמיד לעולם ועד, ודבר חי וקיים לעד. ברוך אתה אדוני, מלך על כל הארץ, מקדש ישראל. מלך על כל הארץ, מקדש ישראל. מקדש ישראל ביום הזיכרון. שנה טובה.
שנה טובה.
Thank you, שנה טובה. mitzvah.
Thank you so much to Helene and to Ron for sharing with the Haftarah. We now turn to page 277. As we prepare to return the Torah to the Ark, we invite all who are able once again to please rise. Ki lekach tov natati lachem torati al ta'azovu. For I have given you good instruction. Do not abandon my Torah. Please be seated, everyone. Our Torah portion this morning teaches the Akedah, the binding of Isaac. God tests Abraham. Take your son, your only son, the one you love, take Isaac, and offer him for a sacrifice on the mountain that I will show you. Take your son and sacrifice him? Isaac, this child of Abraham's old age, the miracle he never thought he could have. Sacrifice him? If I were there, a Jew in the pew, and I listened to what our text says, it would be enough for me to stay away from shul for a year. Indeed, the Akedah requires a measure of wherewithal, a little creativity, and some deep soul-searching. The truth is, if our texts were easy to digest, we wouldn't grow. And when our world faces challenging times like right now, sometimes a challenging text is what we really need. Yes, our portion is about the near sacrifice of Isaac. It's about a father who was on the cusp of killing his son. This is to say, on the cusp of severing ties with the dream of the future of the Hebrew people. All because he allowed a narrow focus to nearly murder his God-given sense of judgment. Dear friends, we are living in a climate in which the Jewish people is on the cusp of sacrifice once again. It's a climate that's becoming narrow and insular. We are seeing divisions among party lines that call into question our allegiances as Jews, our loyalty as Jews, and our priorities as Jews. And we are in a time when we are seeing increased hatred against Jews. Some in this community have reached out to me asking, should I take the mezuzah off my door? Should I take the mezuzah off my door? It really saddens me. What has led us to this place? Now, those on the left of the political spectrum might suggest that current Republican voices are bolstering anti-Semitism. Those on the right of the political spectrum might affirm that Democrats on the far left in our country have magnified anti-Israel sentiments. They are both right, and that should be scary to all of us. Anti-Semitism on the right, anti-Israel on the left, the Jewish people stuck between the two. Let me offer some examples of what I mean. On the far left, the rise of anti-Israel activity is getting stronger and stronger. On college campuses, support for the Boycott, Divestment, Sanction, or BDS movement has gained momentum over these past years. Now, BDS claims to seek humanitarian support for the Palestinians, when in reality it seeks to undermine the legitimacy of Israel. Now, please understand, there's much to say what can and should be done to create bridges among Jews and Arabs, but that is not what BDS seeks to do. Its founder, Omar Barghouti, stated, "Everyone understands that the Palestinian right of return would open Israel's borders into a massive immigration that would quickly overwhelm its Jewish majority and transform it from the one and only Jewish state into the 22nd Arab state." That's what BDS wants to do, eradicate the Jewish state and replace it with the 22nd Arab state. Organizations that have had support among the left, the Women's March, Black Lives Matter, and many of the LGBTQ groups have used their platforms to rally oppression to Israel. They see themselves as the little David among massive Goliaths, and they align themselves with Palestinian voices. It's to the point that many Jews who want to support these progressive causes have been threatened by both the organizers as well as the participants. A friend of mine attended one such rally wearing a kippah and was spat upon for her Zionist racism. And so, to those on the far left, it's not fair to say that hate of Judaism today is exclusively from the right. Anti-Semitism on the right, anti-Israel on the left, the Jewish people squished in the middle. Now let's look at the other side. The rise in attacks on Jewish institutions across the United States in recent years has been gut-wrenching. Here in California, the numbers have increased as well. According to the Anti-Defamation League, the ADL, here are the numbers. In 2015 to 2016, in California, there were 211 recorded anti-Semitic incidents, 59 here in Los Angeles. The following year, 2016 to 2017, 479 reported anti-Semitic incidents in California, 99 in Los Angeles. The following year, 609 anti-Semitic incidents in California, 122 reported in Los Angeles. In 2018, nationwide, 1,879 anti-Semitic attacks. Right-wing individuals took responsibility for nearly 71%, 1,328 incidents. What is fueling this? After the attack at the Poway Chabad Center last April, journalist Zach Beauchamp noted, "This kind of anti-Semitism that's inspired attacks on synagogues to date is, in fact, principally right-wing. It arises not out of Israel-Palestinian grievances, as left-wing anti-Semitism often does, but rather from distinctively right-wing forms of xenophobia and racial grievances. Anti-Semitism on the right, anti-Israel on the left, the Jewish people here in the center." Friends, we will not be Isaac that is put up for slaughter. Our people has felt more vulnerable now than they have in many, many decades in this country. And while I don't have a plan to end anti-Semitism or to broker Middle East peace, I do have a path forward for everyone in this room, and I call it the Isaac Initiative. You see, it's not enough for our people to merely hang on to a thread and survive. We have something very special to offer the world. It's got to be more than a pride of what Jews have historically accomplished. The Isaac Initiative compels us to look to the future, beyond the current situation, so we can plant a seed for another generation that carries the torch. If we don't, then Judaism will fizzle out on our watch, and we will not let that happen. Now, this is a straightforward initiative, the Isaac Initiative, and it's based on the letters of Isaac's name, I-S-A-A-C. I. It stands for Israel. All of us, all Jews, have got to be a part of the conversation regarding Israel. Yes, we can debate the policies, we can talk about the prime minister. Who is the prime minister now? We can talk about the prime minister. We can wrestle with the very real social issues that go on, but let us never turn our backs and walk away. Israel today is a growing, thriving, nuanced place. There are challenges, there are advances, and yes, there are setbacks. But in order to truly be part of the conversation, it can't be something we hear about from a rabbi or read about in the newspaper. We've got to go, and I want a commitment from you to travel to Israel. Whether it's on a nifty trip like Barra Burns did last summer, or whether it's a semester like Layla did last year, or whether it's a Temple Akiba trip that we've done many times, whether it's Birthright, who here has gone on Birthright, or has a child who has, okay? Or whether it's Honeymoon Israel, which is for young married couples, or a mission or a vacation, we want you to go. Your presence evokes the past and ensures the future. It's the most critical investment that you can make. If you've been to Israel on one of our Akiba trips with either myself or Rabbi Maller, you know how wonderful it is to be there together. And so, we want you to go so badly that today we are formally announcing the first ever Akiba family trip to Israel in 2022. Family means people of all ages, whether you have kids or not. We want everyone to be able to go. We will be leading an inspiring journey for all these people. We'll see firsthand why this tiny sliver of land has such a monumental impact on us all. We'll meet thinkers and doers, secular and religious. We'll eat some of the best food on the planet after rafting down the Jordan River. We'll explore Masada, absorb the Western Wall, and float in the Dead Sea. Start planning now. Start saving now. Start dreaming now. Cantor and I will have more information in the next few months. So what does I stand for? Israel. S. S stands for synagogue. All Jews should be a member of a synagogue. I'm going to say that again. All Jews should be a member of a synagogue. It's no longer enough to feel like you're a member. It's no longer to go regularly to the shul that you don't belong to. You got to become a member. Now, there are many questions that come up. What if I don't believe in God? I'm often asked. My response is to refer to my incredible Grandpa Phil, the evangelical atheist, who used to go to shul on a regular basis to argue with the rabbi. Come and argue with me. Tell me your theology, I'll tell you mine, and we'll find one in the middle. Another question, what if my kids are out of the house? What if I'm an empty nester? Friends, that's all the more reason for you to be finding meaning. We are here to help you find that meaning. What if I can't afford it? I want you to hear this from me. We will not turn anyone away for financial reasons. We will not turn anyone away for financial reasons. Here's a tough one, a tough question that comes my way, and I wrestled with even sharing this, but I need to. What if I have a grievance with the temple? And that happens. Then we need to talk, and we want to hear about it. And we want to hear about it from you, not from your friends. Come and talk to us. What if I pray differently? What if I'm not used to the rhythm of the prayers? Then come to Cantor Lonnie, and come to me, and come to Daniel. Teach us how you pray so that we can learn from you. In these times, it's so very important that our people have a place to be, to reflect, to act, and to dream. Your becoming a member of a synagogue shows that you care, that you really care about ensuring that those who love Judaism have a safe place. When big things happen in the world that affect Jews, like Poway, like Pittsburgh, and things beyond, we meet at the temple. It's our safe spot, our lighthouse, our holy space. The temple gives us a place to heal. The temple welcomes us with an embrace. The temple is a place of both questions and answers. The temple has a spot for you to play mahjong. And the temple embraces all who want to make the world a better place. So what does S stand for? Synagogue. Oh, I hear my sister loud and clear. Good plant there. A. Now there are two A's in Isaac's name, so this one requires careful balance. A stands for both action and authenticity. For decades, many Jews in America have proudly and boldly taken action, standing up for causes that make the world as a whole a better place. We march for justice. We petition for rights. We raise our voices in support of principles we value. And it means so much, and it deepens our Judaism. Sort of. For many, the actions we take have replaced the Shabbat candles we light. The rights we support have overshadowed the rhythm of our Hebrew prayers. The voices we raise have overpowered our navigation of Jewish texts. And our yearning for universal truths has eclipsed the honoring of our particular Jewish traditions. Yes, we stand on the shoulders of giants. We need to ask the question, however, is engaging in social justice and action enough to feed the souls of those seeking depth in their lives? They're not mutually exclusive. We do need both, but we are hungry for authenticity, spirituality, and meaning. So while we want to imbue the next generation with the responsibility to stand up for global truths, we also want to inspire them through the soul of Jewish music, the insights of Jewish sages, the meanings of Jewish rituals, and the passport to wrestle with Jewish texts. No, the two are not mutually exclusive. Action is a cornerstone. Yes, get involved with our Tikkun Olam, our social justice committee. Without action, the world will not get better. But action will never be a replacement. So we need to weave it into the depths and riches of Jewish authenticity. Become an adult bar bat mitzvah. Attend Torah study. Light Shabbat candles. Otherwise, our children will ask, what's the difference between being a civic-minded person and a Jew? And finally, the final C in Isaac's name stands for community. When I was growing up and our family traveled, the first thing Dad would do when we got to the hotel was pull out the phone book and look for other Jewish names. I didn't get it at all. But he would remind me of his own father, my grandpa Bert. Grandpa was born in Russia and came to Canada when he was 2 years old. As a young man, he took the train west, where he found himself alone in a small city. He asked the train station clerk if there were any Jews in town. And the clerk went like this, holding up one finger. Because of that one connection, Grandpa had a warm bed to sleep in. Dad explained being Jewish is about being in a community, an extended family. We aren't alone because we have connections to people all over the world. There's actually a song that Craig used to teach in our school. It's called Wherever You Go, There's Always Someone Jewish. It's by Rabbi Larry Milder. My favorite line goes like this: when you're alone and you're somewhere kind of newish, the odds are don't look far, 'cause they're Jewish too. The odds are don't look far, 'cause they're Jewish too. We need to seek our community out. Please do not be afraid to wear your chai or your Star of David or your kippah. These outward symbols are a sign to the community that we are here for one another and with one another, and that we crave the connections of our global Jewish brothers and sisters. Indeed, we live in a complicated world. And when the crossfire of left and right threatens our resolve, we stand tall, reclaiming and renewing what we are right here and bringing goodness to the world. We will not allow ourselves to become a remnant people because of all that's going on out there, and we cannot give up on all that's made us a light for millennia. So we rediscover that spark that has fueled our history, and we ignite a flame that will propel us into tomorrow. So let's go over this, the Isaac Initiative. What does I stand for? S. The first A, action. The second A, authenticity. And the final C, community. We will not be the Isaac who was on a death march during the Akedah. No. We will become the Isaac who walked away from the sacrifice and became the ancestor of Israel. We will become the Isaac who found love. We will become the Isaac who had insight. We will become the Isaac who was the bridge, carrying the torch from one generation to the next. We will become the Isaac, not only because of the promise of his parents, the past, but also for the sake of embracing a covenant for the future. We are Jews, and we are people who love the Jewish community. We wrestle with our text, embrace the covenant, deepen our commitment, and begin our initiative to ensure that Judaism doesn't merely survive. No, we are so much more than merely hoping to survive. We want to always be a shining light of vision, hope, and strength. In the words of the great Jewish musician Debbie Friedman, we must live for today. We must build for tomorrow. Friends, let us all be part of this initiative starting on this Rosh Hashanah, and let us bring our Judaism into the world. Amen and amen.
Amen. It's my pleasure to bring up my father, Cantor J. Freilich, for a special duet that we have been doing for a lot of years now. We started this duet at his synagogue, at University Synagogue, right around my bat mitzvah, and continued doing it until I started to work at Temple Akiba And when he retired a few years ago, I was lucky enough to have him join us, and now we are so fortunate to be able to continue this tradition and do this duet for you today. And this is a Midrash on the story that was read in our Torah portion, the binding of Isaac.
Come now, my child, and lift the pile of wood. I'll bring the fire, and I will bring the knife as well. The fruit is ripe, the meat is sweet and good. Come climb the mountain, child, and we shall say farewell.
Yes, here I come, Papa. The sticks have cut my back. The road is dust, Papa. My throat is parched and cracked. Give me your hand, Papa. Don't let me fall below. Papa, I'm scared, Papa. Papa, don't let me go.
Come, angel, come. Come, angel, come. Please stay his hand, angel, don't be late. They're almost there. It's almost done. Go stop them now. Come, angel, come. Come, angel, come.
It's quiet here. I smell the open sea. Where must we go? Is there another road to climb?
Just one last push, we'll reach the Mount of God. It's there where my blood, my father sprayed in his time.
I understand, Papa. Wait one brief moment more to watch the final sun move through its evening door.
Please give me strength, my Lord. Don't let my weapon shy. If it were mine to choose, I'd choose myself to die. Come, angel, come. Come, angel, come. Please stay his hand, angel, don't be late. It's almost done. He's almost gone. Quick, change their fate. Come, angel, come. Come, angel, come. Put down your load, the darkness has begun. I'll bind your hands, the pain won't last for very long. It's God's command, I slay my only child. And God's a parent, God must know if it is wrong.
I'll let you slaughter me. I'll be your sheep once more. But in the dust I see the crosses others bore.
6 million carry them to meet an earnest one, and there's not one the world has called my name of God.
I first heard Cantor Lonnie and Cantor Jay sing that 22 years ago at the High Holy Days. At that time, everyone was trying to set the two of us up. There's a lot they didn't know back then. But we call ourselves clergy partners now, so it kind of works.
Exactly.
It's my honor, it's our honor to invite forward the president of our congregation, Ira Diamond. And Ira, as you make your way forward, we're going to ask if, Carol, maybe you can help us. We want all the kids who are in childcare to come forward because we're about to have the Shofar service. Thank you.
Shana Tova, everyone.
Shana Tova.
It is so nice being here with you, with all of you. I would like to welcome everyone to our Rosh Hashanah morning service here at what I love to refer to as Temple Akiba North. Thank you again to all our wonderful volunteers and staff who make this High Holy Day experience so beautiful. Thank you so much to Rabbi Shapiro, Cantor Lonnie, our rabbinic intern Daniel Friedman, and our High Holy Day chair and my wife, Carol Diamond. Thank you again to Craig Newman for his beautiful music, and to our cantors chanters, David Hopman, Stella August, Mary Lou Basaraba, and our wonderful, wonderful usher team. Thank you to Jerry Weiner and all those who participated in the Torah service and in the I Am the Face of Temple Akiba. So beautiful. Also, a big mazel tov to Rabbi and Ron on the birth of their children. Yay. I have a feeling that we have a lot of potential babysitters here. What do you think, right? Also, I want to remind everyone to please remember to bring items for Sova and shoes for the homeless next week at Yom Kippur. And you can find Trader Joe bags in the lobby if you need them. I would like to switch gears for just a moment. Carol and I recently returned from a trip to South Africa, where we visited the Jewish Museum of Cape Town, the oldest synagogue in Cape Town, and met many members of the Jewish community. Even 25 years after apartheid has ended, the challenges to the Jewish community and to the South African society in general continues to be great in terms of racism, anti-Semitism, unemployment, and crime. Maintaining a strong Jewish community has been crucial in South Africa and has significantly improved the quality of life for many Jewish people over the years. This was conveyed to us over and over again. Visiting South Africa makes me reflect and focus on the importance of having a Jewish community in my life here at Temple Akiba in the United States. I would like to talk about for just a moment about the importance of being part of a Jewish community. The Union for Reform Judaism says that Jewish community is important because it connects all of us to Jewish life. I would like to add that for me, being part of the Temple Akiba Jewish community is about creating a warm, welcoming place where people feel comfortable reaching out to each other, getting to know each other, meeting each other, celebrating together, and comforting each other. A place conducive for studying and praying, as well as changing the world with acts of tikkun olam and social justice. To me, the best way to feel included in our community, as Rabbi was talking about, is to become engaged, to become involved. The good news, there are so many opportunities for engagement for children, for adults, and for families. One of Carol's and my favorite joys and ways that we love to engage is going to Friday night services and spending time with our Temple Akiba community. We are always so inspired by Rabbi Shapiro's words and Cantor Lonnie's singing. We also love participating in a Havarah, which is a wonderful way to get to know other members of our community. By the way, Temple Akiba will be and is creating more Havaras this year, and I hope that all our members will participate. Carol and I also love working at Mitzvah Day, being on the board, and so many other things. We also have many very wonderful events at Temple Akiba, such as our upcoming Forum on Homelessness and Housing. It is on October 21st at 6:30. It's a Monday, October 21st at 6:30 p.m. And we're going to talk about what is working to solve homelessness and how can we, as a faith-based organization, as we personally, how can we help? We are co-sponsoring this event with the Culver City Interfaith Alliance. So please join us on October 21st. The way that I feel is that every single member here is a stakeholder in creating the vision of what Temple Akiba aspires to be. So please, 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 find your passion at Temple Akiba and get involved. We need you. Again, my name is Ira Diamond. Please feel free to reach out to me or any member of our board of directors. Board members, please raise your hands. So you see all of our board members, please reach out to any of us. We would love to speak with you. Again, Shana Tova and a very happy new year. And Carol has one last announcement. Shana Tova, everyone.
Shana Tova, everyone. Thank you for indulging my one last request. We are in need of volunteers to help pack up at the end of services, so if you have the opportunity to help us, we have to dismantle the bima, pack everything up until Yom Kippur, so we would appreciate some assistance. Thank you very much. You can meet us up at the stage afterward. Shana Tova.
So we're going to invite forward Jerry Weiner, who is going to be sounding the shofar. The commandment in Judaism is not to blow the shofar, it's to hear the shofar. And all of us can hear it, whether through our ears or just through the vibrations that we feel in the air. So Jerry's going to come forward onto the bima, and we've invited those who were in our childcare program inside to hear it, so they're going to help out. And when you're going to be here for the rest of the service, there's not much after the shofar service, but I'm told that there are some art projects that the kids have been working on, so the parents should remember to go and pick up those art projects right afterward.
Jewish tradition ascribes three overarching themes to our shofar service. The first one, sovereignty, or malchuyot. The second, remembrance, or zichronot. And the third, hope, shofarot. Where did we get these three themes from? Well, it was recorded in the Talmud. God said to Rabbi, on Rosh Hashanah, recite before me words of malchuyot, zichronot, and shofarot. How shall all this be accomplished? Rabbi asked. God said, through the sound of the shofar. As we hear the shofar in these three themes today, as the sound reverberates inside of all of us, we have an opportunity to reflect on God in these three different ways, to think how God acts in our lives in these different dimensions. And we're going to begin by thinking about the relationship between God and sovereignty for our first reading. But before we do, we're going to turn to page 206. No, actually, we're going to turn to 203 first. We're going to read responsively on page 203. Awake, you sleepers, from your sleep. Rouse yourselves from your slumber. Awake like Israel at the sea, to the joyful song of Miriam and Moses.
Sing to the eternal,
For God has surged in triumph. Eternal shall reign forever and ever. Awake like Israel at Sinai, to the dignity of being God's partners.
You shall lead my name
Examine your deeds and return to God. Remember your Creator, you who are caught up in the daily routine, losing sight of eternal truth, you who waste your years in vain pursuits that neither profit nor save. Hear the rousing call to repentance.
With trumpets and the blast of Shofar, raise a shout before the Eternal, the Sovereign.
Hear and know the truth of a higher power.
God is sovereign, robed in majesty. God is clothed with strength, so the world stands firm and cannot be shaken.
Now please come to 206. I was so excited to hear the sound that we're now going to recite the blessing together at the top of page 206. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, vitzivanu lishmoa kol shofar. And because it's the first time that we're hearing the shofar this year, we're also going to sing a Shehechianu together.
Baruch atah
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'hegianu lazman hazeh.
Blast to our young people in front, I want you to repeat after me, and then after you do it, Jerry is going to sound the shofar. Are you ready? Are you guys ready? All right, let's try this. Tekiah.
Tekiah.
Shevarim teruah.
Shevarim teruah.
Tekiah.
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 Shevarim.
Shevarim.
Tekiah.
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 Teruah.
Teruah.
Tekiah.
Tekiah.
We're going to continue now on page 264. This is now our second shofar theme, Zichronot, so the memories and how they connect to God. Let's read responsively now on 264. The divine awakens within us a sudden awareness of your presence. Seeing signs of your compassion, we say, God remembered.
God remembered Noah and all the beasts that were with him in the ark.
And God caused a wind to blow across the earth, and the waters subsided.
When cruelty and hate diminish, we say, God remembered.
The Israelites were groaning under the bondage and cried out. God heard their moaning, and God remembered the covenant with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob.
Surprised by joy, we say, God remembered.
Then God remembered Rachel, and God gave heed to her and opened her womb.
Overcoming anger, finding strength to forgive, we say, God remembered.
God remembered the covenant, and with great love had a change of heart.
The divine awakens within us a sudden awareness to your presence. When we feel our kinship with all creatures of earth, we say, God, remember.
I will remember my covenant between me and you and all living creatures.
On page 268, Jerry, all set? All right. Are you guys ready? Tekiah.
Tekiah.
Shevarim teruah.
Shevarim teruah.
Tekiah.
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 Shevarim.
Shevarim.
Tekiah.
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 Teruah. Tekiah.
Tekiah.
For our last shofar theme, shofar wrote, or hope, I'm going to give you a moment now on page 284. You may either use the words on the page, not 283. You can either use the words on this page for a silent moment of reflection, or you can think back to some of the words that Rabbi Shapiro shared about what it means to have hope and to move forward. So take a moment before we blow the shofar one final time for a moment of silent prayer.
On page 284, for this final set of shofar blasts, we're going to ask for all who are able to rise. Tekiah.
Tekiah.
Shevarim teruah.
Shevarim teruah.
Let's do it again. Shevarim teruah.
Shevarim teruah.
Tekiah.
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 Shevarim.
Shevarim.
Tekiah.
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 Teruah.
Teruah.
Big breath, everyone. Tekiah gedolah.
Tekiah gedolah.
Yasher Koach. Awesome. That was awesome. Thank you so much to Jerry. We're going to remain standing. Our concluding prayers begin with the Aleinu on page 286. As we prepare for Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish, a beautiful poem as our setting is found on 291, 291, in the middle of the page. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light, long, long after the star itself is gone. So it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. On page 292, we read together these ancient words, connecting ourselves to those who came before us who have died, whose light always shines inside of us. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shema Rabbi, Be'alma divrach rotei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, Bagalau v'izman kariv imru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevarach Leolam U'amei Omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal, Shemei T'Kudashah B'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehi Rabba min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh Shalom b'mromav, u'ya'aseh Shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen. May the one who causes peace to be known in the high heavens help us know that we should reach out to people all over the earth to create peace on earth as well. For all Israel and all humanity, we say,
Amen.
Amen. Friends, as we did last evening to conclude our service, we are going to form a large circle around the perimeter of this prayer space. If you want to form smaller concentric ones, you can, but we want to create a large embrace around this entire sanctuary for our closing. Thank you. Sure, do it quickly. Oh. Please join us. One more, if you want to say it, go ahead. Hold, not now.
Oh, hello. And while we're getting into a circle, please remember that if you can stay a couple minutes after to help us pack, we would really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ira. Shana Tova, everyone. May it be a year of goodness, of health, and of peace. Amen.